I feel like you need so much the first year in terms of curriculum, like how to do the literacy stuff, how to do the math curriculum.
It's my first 2 years of teaching in Chicago Public Schools, and same sort of socioeconomic level with the students that I worked with there, not meeting AYP, and me being, you know, a new teacher struggling because there's so much that you have to juggle in the classroom. And I would get excited for professional developments because I finally would be like, yes, it'd be like going to the therapist, like, give me ideas, help me. I don't know, I'm just kind of stuck in the circus, and I don't know if I'm doing it well, and I don't know. So I would look forward to them, and I would say like 90% of the time, that's maybe sounds a little high, but most of the time I was so disappointed.
Yeah, professional development for my school doesn't work very well when it's your typical, a couple teachers go to a workshop and they get really excited about something, and then they come back and they want to implement it, and maybe they do, but they don't have the stamina or the sustained feedback or support to really continue it.
I went to a math conference, and I'm trying to think. I know there was one workshop that I left that I wanted to leave halfway through, and I think it's because it wasn't anything new. It wasn't something I hadn't heard before, and you know, it wasn't anything practical to put into use. It was a lot of kind of theory things that, you know, you studied in school, but nothing practical to use.
Well, personally, if I go to a presentation or a workshop and that presenter tells me they have the answer, or that this is going to work, all you got to do is, yeah, I'm thinking that they don't have the answer.
Well, time is obviously definitely an issue. Like, we only have so much time to meet together in terms of teams or grade levels, or you know, just to meet as a staff. So time is definitely a huge practical concern. And then, you know, just logistics, I guess. I didn't really receive a mentor teacher, and that would be nice, but there's only, I guess, so many resources in terms of people that can come into the room during the day, and I know the principal has a ton on his plate as well. So
something that doesn't work is if you're not planned and not organized. When you're working with teachers, there's so many dynamic personalities, and everybody has a point of view and a story, that especially when you have like a limited amount of time, if we get too far off subject, you know, that can take you down a road where you get to the end of the session and it's not been successful.
Like, even resolving issues that aren't related to me, or somebody's got a personal frustration that we waste a lot of trying time to solve. So yeah, those things, it can be helpful to be with people at different places, but it definitely can waste time too. It can feel like, yeah, that can feel like frustrating if other people have different needs and I'm sitting there and it's not relevant.
Okay.
I feel like I like having something tangible, you know, like I know what we worked on, almost like how you teach the kids. This is our goal at the beginning of the professional development session, and at the end, this is what, you know, you will be able to do, or you will be able to apply. And I like having that, you know, knowing what the next step is for me.
Consistent throughout the year, not just one session here and then, you know, like, I guess follow up too. So it's not just, sometimes it's like, here's a bunch of good ideas and then there's no time to practice them or implement them or talk with someone who's doing them and knows how, you know, and it's hard to find my own time even, you know, in planning and correcting to figure this stuff out, you know, or to make it practical for myself. So, you know, follow up and being specific and working consistently on that thing.
For me, it's important to know that an approach has been successful in a situation similar to mine, so that's dealing with a school that can resonate with my school. Similar size, similar students, similar curriculum, some of those kinds of things.
I would say that effective professional developments tie directly to your work in the classroom and directly pertain to your students, because teachers' biggest, I'd say, obstacle is time. And so if you're doing something in a professional development that is difficult or confusing for a teacher to go back the next day and do it, then the likelihood of that happening is not very good.
It's got to be something that the whole school can really engage with. And I think as a school, you need to have a champion.